since the change happened, or are they still?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit more 4 down. You know, the first several games where they're a little bit more odd front, and maybe a little bit more even. But you're going to see both, and we have to prepare for both. And you know, they were 4 down even at the beginning, but a little bit more 30. Now they're maybe a little bit more 40, but you got to prepare for both.
Arkansas was able to generate some pressure on Saturday. Kind of what went into that, you think? And
Well, just the amount of drop back pass. You know, every once in a while there's going to be some. I thought for the most part the guys did a really good job protecting, and you know, was proud of that. So they were able to get some pressure, but I thought for the most part they did a good job.
What do you think about Greg and how he's coming along?
Really proud of him. You know, a true freshman. He's out there competing. He plays about half the snaps and grading out really well. You know, making some freshman mistakes, but really has been playing really pretty good.
What's his biggest challenge right now?
Just speed of the game, learning how to play fast, and you know, I think the proper technique when you go against really good players, you can't always just go on sheer ability. You got to put your hands in the right places. You got to be able to move your feet and do the technical things really well. So I think just continuing to get better at that, I think, is important.
You're halfway through the regular season now. How do you feel about where the line stands?
You know, proud of the way that they're gelling and playing hard, and got a really good group of guys, and they fight for each other. They care about each other. They're not selfish, and they'll go out there and they'll compete. Still got a lot of getting better to do with a young group, but you know, just pleased with the direction that we're moving.
Where do you want to see them get better?
You know, I just want to see us, you know, continue to have an aggressive mentality when we have the opportunities, and that's the hard part with our offense. We're going tempo and throwing it, but when we call a run, I want to make it count. And I think that we can do that and continue to get better at that and take advantage of every opportunity that we have to do that.
Saturday was obviously disappointing, but have the guys responded pretty well this week in practice? What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, there's you don't have a choice. That's the best way to get a bad taste out of your mouth, is to go back to work. And nobody in this league is going to feel sorry for you or feel bad for you. Everybody plays, you know, tough schedules, and everybody's got to bounce back. And so that's the only thing you can do, is go back to work, and that's the best way to get a bad taste out of your mouth, is to go back to work.
You played in Tiger Stadium. What was that like, is to go in there as an opponent?
You know, it's loud. It's a loud environment. You got to have poise. You know, with a young team, you know, and the momentum swings, you really got to be able to handle that. And I think that's a big part of it. Obviously, the cadence is always an issue in communication. Just being able to talk to each other and handle it and not panic. And we call it having poise for the noise. And, you know, you got to be able to do that. Now, having played 2 road games now, they'll have some practice at it, but it won't be the same atmosphere as an 8 o'clock game, you know, in Tiger Stadium. So this will be the biggest challenge as far as crowd noise, for sure.
You've played in this rivalry too. What does it kind of mean to you, Ole Miss LSU?
You know, it's a huge game. It's a rivalry game. It's not like just another game. It is a rivalry game, and it's important. It's important to our fans. You know, to my dad, this one is the most important one. You know, in that whole generation, this was something that you know, we grew up with a picture of it in my bedroom. So you know, it's a huge game, and we're going to prepare that way and try to go out and go compete.
Thank you, Matt.